Thank you for tuning in to Spiritual Journey Podcast. I'm Mary Silvernail, and this is
Thomas Nice Templar.
And we are your hosts. And we have an interesting show tonight.
Great topic.
Yes.
One that I never seen anybody else talk about, but we do.
Yes, we do. We had also done a TV show on it, too.
Yes, we have.
Right.
The first time that was done.
Yeah, that was on Astrology, Angels, and More, that you can also watch on YouTube. But this podcast you can see on YouTube, plus the podcast is on all the podcast channels.
It's all about the new venture.
Spotify. And now we so now we have Spiritual Journey TV also. And so far we've done 2 episodes.
Yes.
Very interesting episodes.
Interesting, good guest, and very informative and a fun time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's where we have a panel of, it's Tommy and I and 2 other guests. And it's a very interesting show. Just this past month, our guest, Stephen Popiak, am I saying, I always, okay, well, he's great. Well, anyway.
If you see the way it's spelled and the way it's pronounced, it's 2 different things.
Yeah, and he's a galactic shaman. So it was a very interesting show. So you can go to Spiritual Journey TV and watch the TV show. And you can also watch all our podcasts on Spiritual Journey Podcast.
And if you want to find out more about Stephen, you can look him up on YouTube. He's got years of stuff on there.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
Very interesting. It's
you'll
all
learn a lot of things that you don't know about.
Intergalactic, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, right. But also, but tonight's subject, I really, really love. It's the Ascended Masters. And yes, until we had done the show, the TV show in the studio, when was that?
That was 2 years ago, maybe?
Maybe, yeah, but you can find it on YouTube about the Ascended Masters. So we're going to be talking about the Ascended Masters on the podcast tonight, and we have some interesting information for you. Usually, we're always talking about the angels. So angels and Ascended Masters are different, but kind of the same.
They're different because the Ascended Masters are descendants of mankind, and the angels were created by God.
That's right.
All right, so what
Perfectly
it is
said.
that, well, yeah, because they've gone through so many lifetimes, and they have paid off their karma and have become pure light now. So they are emissaries of light.
Yeah. And so sometimes, though, Tommy, you know, because sometimes people take a little bit of offense at the fact that we also discuss the fact that Jesus Christ is also an Ascended Master. What Ascended Master means is that you actually have reached such purity of your soul and your karma that you ascend into the heavens.
That's right.
What we're all trying to do, right?
Well, when it comes to Jesus, you know, yes, he was
But he's the Son
born
of
of
God.
the Virgin, and all of that is all very true. He was educated in Egypt, and he was educated in India. Okay, so he learned the fine arts, healing methods, and things like that in both places. He learned the meditation. He learned all of these different things and how to pray correctly. And he
How to
really
pray correctly.
Well, yeah, he's, you know, being the Son of God, you know, he had been already empowered with all the same powers and abilities of the Father, just as each and every one of you are, because you're the Christ within. But you don't want to believe that because it would go against all your religious dogma that you've learned over the years, but you'll learn to get past that sooner or later, all right, when you actually start to ascend and wake up and ascend. Okay, so let's get to it. You want to talk about Jesus still?
Yeah.
All right, well.
You're the
What do you say?
expert on that.
I'm saying the expert. You know, he, there's like these lost years in the Bible. Why? Because those years were deleted from the Bible at the Council of Nicaea, right, by the Pope, because they didn't want anybody knowing all of this stuff. Okay? there's a lot of other things, a lot of other books. I would recommend to you look at the Lost Gospels of Thomas and the Book of Enoch, because that will explain to you stuff that just not in that Bible, and it's not in that Bible because that's truth.
Beautiful book.
It's a
I
beautiful
recommend
book.
it highly. I've been recommending
I
that book
bought
so
that
you
book
for
brand
years.
new. It was $75.
I know. Can you imagine how much it must be now?
Yeah, that was like a few years ago.
Yeah, well, more than a few
Yeah.
years ago. So it's probably but it's beautiful. Do you have the one with the gold
It's gold.
edges
It's all
on the
gold trim.
paper?
That's why
yeah,
I don't even want. I
gorgeous.
don't even want to touch.
Because it isn't even. It isn't just what's written in it. It's the pictures and the descriptions,
And the descriptions,
it's
that's right.
really quite sacred. And besides that book, there's also the Lost Teachings of
Oh,
Jesus
yeah,
by Elizabeth Clare
prophet.
Prophet. Yeah, and she is an expert. She made it her life's work. Her and
Is she a
her
PhD?
her husband,
Oh, her husband is a PhD. One of them is a PhD.
her husband has passed away, Mark Prophet,
Mark Prophet.
and yes, but she's continued his work.
She would recite a mantra.
Mm.
But see, the whole thing, like Mary's a shaman. Mary sometimes will use what do they call that twisty thing that you got with the little drum and the balls? What do they call that thing?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like
She'll use
yeah.
that, or she could use a bell. She could use anything that's
I
melodic.
have all kinds of things.
Well, yes. Now there's a lot
Rattles,
of lot of things with tribes and Aborigines that they do this chanting and get to a fever pitch,
Exactly.
and that's what Elizabeth Clare
Prophet.
Prophet. I was going to call her Brown. I don't. It's like
Yeah.
maybe I was thinking Sylvia Brown. Anyway, she would do this, and she get to the pitch like she would say, "Is this it? This is it."
Isn't that it?
She'd go, "I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity that God desires." And she would say it like that slowly, 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 speeding up, speeding up. It got to the point where it actually sounded like, it's like a buzz, like a bee.
Right.
But that's the fever pitch she gets to that connects her to God.
When I'm doing a Native American healing, Tommy, what I use my drum and I start out because I'm connecting the beat of the drum to the person's heart rhythm and connecting their heart to to Mother Earth's
All right.
heartbeat and connecting that. And then what happens is then we ramp it up and ramp it up and ramp it up and ramp it up, just like what you're talking
Right.
about here.
There's so many different
Okay.
methods. There's
Yeah.
South America, I think it's South America. They use a derivative, a hallucinogenic called
Yes.
ayahuasca.
Yes, that's
And
right.
they have these experiences, and where they meet with beings and blah, 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 and different dimensional beings.
That's right.
And, I'm not saying go find a place. I mean, there's a church that uses ayahuasca because it's a church that's sanctioned and allowed to use it for religious reasons. All right. You could check these things out. These things are all at your fingertips on the computer.
But just be careful about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Because
it-
it's a
it-
hallucinogenic.
It's a hallucinogenic. Could open the door to
Very
other things.
strong. Very, very strong.
I don't recommend those things because when you're in a susceptible state like that, you're susceptible for the other side to play games with you too. So you definitely want to come from a point of purity and go with it from a melodic beat, what I mean, or go with it from a shamanic point of view, you know what I mean? But that's how you do it. Sometimes saying mantras over and over like Elizabeth Clare Prophet. My God, get it out.
Tommy.
I'm going to write prophet on the paper.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, but the violet flame, if
Seventh
you
thread.
say that, if you say that mantra, I am a being of the violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am the being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of the violet fire. I am the purity God desires. Like, and you just ramp it up,
You ramp it up and ramp it up. When you get it to a fever pitch.
Right, exactly. Because what that actually does, the violet flame, it disintegrates. It disintegrates any of the karma, and that's what we want, right? Isn't that cool? Instead of having to go through different trials and tribulations
Tribulations.
of karma that we have brought into this lifetime from other lifetimes, we can do this and connecting with Saint Germain.
Well,
Wonderful.
Saint Germain, this is the Aquarian age, and Saint Germain is now in charge of the Aquarian age.
That's
All
right.
right. So everything revolves around him until Jesus comes back. All right. Jesus is considered an ascended master, even though he's the Son of God. All right. And Saint Germain is an aspect of him, just like Joseph was supposed to be an aspect of Saint Germain.
There's Saint Germain.
There's Saint Germain right there. Thank you, Kenny.
Now, he had walked on this earth. He was
Yeah.
a regular person, but all the wonderful works that he did, and he, the metaphysician that he was, the alchemist that he was,
That he is.
that he is.
That didn't change.
When I say was, I meant when he was here on earth, and he still is, but amplified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy. Must have got a lot of chicks.
Well, he has one chick in particular
Yes,
that's
we'll
his
talk about
twin flame, okay, who we're going to be talking about too. Oh, yeah. He
You want-
has
you
a
wanna
twin
start with that?
flame. Well, that's Portia.
Portia.
That's Lady Portia.
Lady
You
Portia.
like Lady Portia.
Of course I
You
do.
know?
I
And-
like Lady Nada too. Not so much Lady Gagarucha. I don't like
You
her
know,
that much.
Lady Nada is
That's your.
my girl.
I'm leaving that for Mary.
My girl.
Mary will handle that.
My girl.
Mary will handle that. Portia.
But go ahead.
Portia
Talk
is
about
She's
Portia.
a lady ascended master, who is the twin flame of Saint Germain, and he's a sponsor of freedom and sponsor of opportunity.
Here
and,
she is. Beautiful
Yeah,
her.
there she is.
A lot of pictures, though, have her with dark hair, too. So, it's all interpreted. But I think what it is
Well, it does
because
look
of the
to be
light.
browns on top.
Yeah, because a lot of pictures have her with the dark hair, too. But anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted
You
you.
didn't interrupt me. Okay. Saint Germain's name comes from Latin. It is Sanctus Germanus, and that means, simply put, a holy brother, like a monk, like a holy monk. So that's what his name means. All right. He's on the seventh ray, which is the violet ray, which is the ray of transmutation. And what else is that?
Transmutation,
Transmutation
and
and,
yes, and it's alchemy.
Alchemy.
It's changing things. That's why when you connect with Saint Germain and you go into a chant like that, okay,
Yeah.
a mantra like that, and you connect and truly, truly, truly connect and with the violet color that will come into your mind in a meditation
Absolutely.
doing that. It's going to happen. And when that happens, that's when the transmutation is happening of your karma. And also,
Of
he
your-
works very well with
Archangel Zachiel, my
your guardian
he's
angel.
my guardian angel.
Right,
All right, and
right.
I have two guardian angels, Genevieve and Amanda. And Genevieve I have seen, and big girl.
Yeah, they're big, right?
Yeah, and she was just radiantly beautiful, like Lady Portia and Lady
And Lady Nada.
Nada.
Lady-
Very radiant. When you see them, if you do get lucky enough to see them,
Mm.
most of the times you might see the light, or you might be a little bit clairaudient where you hear them speak to you. But I see them like this glitter in this thing here. I'll pick this up so you can see it out there in
Oh,
TV land.
yeah,
You see that?
that's right.
I see that in the color that's depicted with them. And there's multiples that come when I see them at nighttime. There's silver, there's blue, Michael, Uriel, and green with Raphael, and like a silvery thing with Gabriel. Sandalphon Metadrin, glorious, and you know that you'll sleep well and nothing's going to bother you with them guys on duty.
They come on the rays of light.
They do, and I call them. And there's different elements of rays, different rays, but the violet ray is the one primarily that I personally work with. I know Mary does too, and because, like I said, Zachiel is on that ray.
Absolutely.
So I call in the troops when I need something. I call them in, boom, they're there. Just like that.
Well, in reference to Portia, let's just get back to her for a moment because there's some interesting facts. She was a Lemurian priestess.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. I was going to say something
Yeah.
very similar
And
to
she's
that.
the priestess of the sea.
She's from.
and-
She's Atlantean too.
Yes, and you know how I love that. And so is Lady Nada.
Lady Nada.
Now, the other thing is too that because they have many incarnations. This is why we're telling you through their incarnations. One time she was, a priestess. One time she was a goddess in actually 3 different countries: Scotland, Ireland, and Iceland. Now, and also Morgaine. Morgaine is a goddess who I find extremely interesting, and she happens to be the sister of Merlin. And
Did you ever see my spirit portrait? My soul portrait?
yeah, Merlin. Yeah, yeah, makes sense, right?
Yep.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
right.
But see, the thing is that also Lady Ascended Master, Lady Portia, as we said before, she is the twin flame of Saint Germain.
A real twin flame.
True twin flame. I mean, these are the ones, the masculine and the feminine, that balance the karma.
Yeah, this is not one of those things that you hope that this person you'll be. Oh,
Oh.
it's my twin flame.
That terminology is just used too often. It makes me.
It makes me ill sometimes.
It's very rare
Yeah.
that you have your twin flame in a particular lifetime. You can have a soulmate, but your
soulmates,
twin
yeah,
flame,
because you've
that
dealt with
only
these
comes
people.
every so often of lifetimes. I mean, you could
That's
go
true.
100
That's true.
lifetimes and not connect, However, though, where is this? Lady Portia, what? Go ahead.
What
go ahead.
about Lady Portia?
Well, she has a call that a person can make to bring
To bring her
their
energy.
twin flame in. Now, even if that twin flame of yours is not in this particular incarnation, you can still connect on the other
On the other side.
spiritual planes, because perhaps that half of the soul has not been reincarnated
In
at
this
this
particular
time.
lifetime,
At this time,
they didn't choose to come in.
but
You
you
know-
can still connect.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's something beautiful here. That what it is that it says. Let's see. It's the presence of the wholeness of the Alpha and the Omega.
Alpha and Omega.
Okay.
The beginning and the end.
And there's a chant here, a mantra that you can do. Lo, I am Alpha and Omega of the twin flame white fire bodies of myself and my beloved, manifest here in action.
What you're doing is actually calling in the energy of your twin flame.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. It could be that your twin flame is incarnated, and
Yeah.
that will pull them to you, and
Bring you together.
And remember, your twin flame doesn't have to be, I don't know, Brad Pitt. It could be somebody else. Don't always look for the pretty boy, because that's not the one that's for you. All right, that's the problem that most women do. Oh,
Women?
this, that-
What about men?
And men too. Men too. They think that the girl is going to be the spectacular thing that, look at me, look at what I got, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? You see it all the time.
Remember that old song? If you want to be happy for the
That's
rest
right.
of your life.
That's right. The seventh ray, the
Go ahead, I'm
seventh ray is the ray of freedom, justice, mercy,
That's
alchemy, like you said before, the sacred rituals and a new life wave, and a new civilization and a new energy. Call upon the seventh ray, call upon Saint Germain, and even call upon Archangel Zachiel. Works very well in that color. All right, and call upon them. Get quiet and get to learn, number one, who they are, and start to find out who you are. Okay?
That's a
If you
good
think
point.
that this is all it is, this is called the envelope. This dies.
Yep.
You don't. You never die. Okay? Just because somebody passes doesn't mean they're not right there. All right? They just go back to original form.
Absolutely.
Okay? And they choose if they want to come back. If there's unfinished business, then they will come back. They're reincarnated as something else. You know? If they have to learn a certain life lesson in order to arise to the point, and someday in that lifetime might become an ascended master, like a master Buddha, like a, they have arisen.
Buddha is also an
Yeah.
ascended master.
Is ascended master.
Yeah.
And they get to these points, to where they have arisen to this thing, and their soul becomes purity. All right, that's what they represent. They become pure light, and they become masters of how this world and how you should conduct yourself, and how you could start to remove your karmatic traumas from your life, because you come in with them too. You come in with your past life thing that deliberately is erased from your memory, but little things come back. You say, was I here before? Why is this person so familiar?
Deja vu.
How about you meet
things
somebody
like
for the
that.
first time? It's like you've known them for 30 years.
Yep.
That happens to me all the time. I ask God every morning to put the people in front of me that needs my help. And he does. And you have to see the stuff go. They start to cry when I start to talk to them, because I minister to them. We were both ministers. Okay, and I minister to them metaphysics, and I start to teach them who's a widow, who this, who that, and they absolutely bond with you, and they want you in their life, because you give them the spiritual guidance that they no longer can count on getting in any organized religion. Just absolutely not going to get it. Okay, you're not going to get it. You're going to get dogma. You don't need any more dogma. You've had thousands of years of that. Time to set yourself free.
See, if you allow yourself to go into a deep meditation, or if you say, well, I can't meditate. No, but you could say that mantra, all right?
That's a meditation
you could say
right there.
that, and exactly, that's my point. Because if you do that, then you're going to bring the violet flame to you. And the more you surround yourself, and just close your eyes, and I'm telling you, the color violet is going to come to you.
It's gonna come to
And
you.
when that happens, that is when the transmutation
That's right.
happens, which raises you up. And what ends up happening then, eventually you move up to a higher level of ascension, because where we're all trying to get at is up there, so that at some point we're up there with the ascended masters.
Well, at nighttime, when you go to sleep, you think you stay in your body, and you sit there and you lay down, you toss and turn all night. You know what you're tossing and turning all night? It isn't from that taco you had before you went to bed. Half the time it's because you leave your body, okay? And you're out there engaging negative beings.
Yeah, your spirit does
Your
not
spirit
need
is doing
sleep.
battle for you.
It doesn't need sleep. Your body is getting the rest and the sleep.
That's right.
But your spirit leaves then,
That's right.
because maybe it gets bored. I don't know. I'm teasing. But anyway,
I
yeah.
was kind of watching them reruns on cable. Who wants to watch that? So I just go on the other side and get into it with a bunch of bad ones. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is what happens all
Look,
the
just
time.
take
This
the
happens every
mantra.
night.
For those of you that are new to this, all right, and want to try this, take the mantra. If you get a minute, write this down.
Yeah.
I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. And say it, and then pick up the pace,
Quicker.
and pick up the pace until you get it to it says, I am the being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am the being. And just say it over and over again. I'm not saying it 1 or 2 times. I'm saying say it like 20 times.
Maybe
Okay?
more.
Maybe more.
Maybe
get yourself,
more. I've
get yourself
been
to
in
the
that
to the
where-
fever pitch point. And it's at that time where you will start to resonate with that violet flame, with that violet vibration. Everything is a vibration. You have to rise your vibration to that vibration to meet it.
What we're talking about, and what we talk about on any of the shows we do, on the podcast here and in our lives, I mean, what this is the secrets of metaphysics. This is really the secrets of the universe that you did not probably learn as a child. And that's one of the reasons why Tommy and I both say so much about reading the book of Enoch. The keys. The keys. That's the keys
we should
of
also
Enoch.
do another show maybe
On
up
Enoch.
on Enoch, and
Yeah.
and maybe another show on the universal laws. Because
Yes.
we violate universal laws
Very
every
important.
single day. Okay, I mean, you definitely violate the Ten Commandments, but you violate universal law. And remember one thing:
Which there's a difference.
there is a karmatic attachment to crossing the line in universal law. You will pay a price for that. You know what I mean? You treat somebody in a really nasty, negative fashion, you can bet your booty you're going to get it right back, and you're going to may not get it back right away, but it's going to come out in your family, or in you, or in your children. It's going to come at you, head on, and be ready for that because you're the one who created it. You put that negative garbage out in the universe.
Yeah, but you don't want
No.
You don't want to be thinking that anything that maybe is negative happening in your life right now.
It's from
You
that.
know, maybe you
It is.
lost a loved one, or maybe you lost your job, or maybe you just,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you keep having bad luck. Oh my gosh, what did I do
You lost your
to
job.
deserve
You lost
this?
your job. Say another mantra. All right. Florence Scovel Shinn said this. All right. She's an excellent author. You should look at her books, Game of Life and something, Wisdom is Your Wand. You should look at these books and read them because even though they were written back in the 20s and 30s,
Oh, that's when
they resonate
Yes.
right now. You never needed it more now. Okay? Never need it more now. And she would say, I do perfect work every day. I do perfect work for perfect pay. And she would just say that over and over and over
Yeah.
again and teach
I
her
know.
students to do that. And they all wound up getting wealthy because they were drawing in the positive attachment to wealth.
because they were creating it, as we always say, what
That's
you
right.
put out there with your words or even your thoughts.
Her examples
your
of some of the things that
feelings.
she talked about. She talked about some lady was riding a bus and she had always wanted a special pen. This special pen, and she couldn't find it nowhere because it broke. And she wound up on the bus and she looked at a curio shop that was on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan, and she saw they had them in the window. Nobody had them. She got off the bus and went in there and got it. She was being divinely guided to go get that pen. That pen was her connection to greatness. And she became a great author because she had the vehicle that was driving her books and then broke it or lost it. She lost it, that's what it was. And she got that pen and then it took off from there. So the thing is, like, don't look things that you would say, oh, it's just a coincidence. No such thing as coincidence. Everything is synchronistic by the energy and by the vibration that you draw to you and that you send out. You're a match to it. All right, that's what that is. That's what that is. All right? You have the ascendant masters to help guide your
Yes.
way along the line. You have your angels that you could attach to. They were made specifically to guide you through this walk in this life. And in all lives, the ones that you will achieve after this one.
And our loved ones, when they leave this earth, that's where they are in the angel realms.
That's right.
And the angels work like when we have lost a loved one and they see their soul group maybe struggling, like their son or their daughter or something,
right.
and they want to help, they ask the angels and they work in communion, our loved one and the angels. Certain angels do certain things, and we've done so many shows explaining that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you. But in reference to the Ascended Masters, the real way that it works the best is with the mantras. It does. It
does.
just does.
It does.
Okay, because of the energy of them.
I mean, there was a guy I used to watch every now and then. He was on TV years ago when this was in its TV infancy, you might say. This was before cable was like big. And his name was Benjamin Krem. And he used to talk to Ascended Master Maitreya.
Yeah.
All right. And I used to watch him, and I wasn't sure which side of the coin he was dealing with here. Because he said some things that were a little like off color to me. All right. So, and back then, you know, if it seemed off color to me then, can you imagine now?
Yeah.
Forget about it. But it was interesting that this was the beginning of the infancy of cable that was able to bring you these kind of shows that you would never see on mainstream
Right.
TV.
Right.
Never. Now they're making all these shows up, and this one talks to that one, hears voices and all this stuff. You know why? They're not doing that so you would learn something. They're doing that so they're hopping on the bandwagon for you to watch their show and get ratings. That's what it's about. Regular TV, all the regular channels, there's a crap. It's all garbage. You know? Don't waste your time with that. You know, it'll make you lose brain cells rather than gain them.
So, Kenny, can you put up Lady Nada? If you don't mind, there she is.
There she
Beautiful
is.
Lady Nada.
Yep.
Now, actually, that picture is the same one that I have on that little sun disk.
Yeah.
I told you, and remember I bought you the one with Jesus?
I had Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
You have Lady Nada on that disc?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
I have it in my car. I'll show it to you. I was going to bring it on the show. But anyway, so Lady Nada actually materialized in my kitchen when I lived in Edison. And there it is, okay? And
Property values must
it
have went up in
was,
Edison.
huh?
So the property values probably went up in Edison.
No, but it was quite amazing. And you know, Tommy, I was thinking about this morning. I need to commission an artist to draw
I got just the
her
one for you.
to exactly what I saw, because it's hard to describe.
Call Shelley.
It is not I thought about that.
Call Shelley. She is
I thought
excellent.
about that. Yeah. So anyway, but the thing is that she's on the 6th ray of service, Lady Nada. She's the one that is actually, and she has a purple and gold ray of light, actually. It's like a purple color with gold specks in it.
Well, the goal is the reality of who she is.
Yeah, she has many. She always had many diverse tongues. Like she could speak in many languages when she was here on the earth. But her whole quality is all about brotherhood, service, and peace. Bringing peace. Very, very, very gentle, but very powerful. And her thing is, I am my brother's keeper.
Well, yes.
Yes.
I say it on the shows. You know, be of service to
I
your
know
fellow
you
man.
do. I know you do. And so Lady Nada had several previous lifetimes on Atlantis.
Yes.
And Tommy knows how much I love Atlantis, right? That's why I'm always wearing this
That there. Yeah.
Larimar bracelet ring, because I feel it connects me
It
to
connects you
Atlantis.
well, you know, because you have that ocean vibe. What do you think? You and I both love the ocean, both love moving water, you know, because it's kinetic. It's kinetic. If it draws spirit energy, and it takes negativity from you, and you release
Yes.
it on the outflow, the ebb of the water, and when the water comes in, you absorb God's chi, God's energy, God's prana. Call it whatever you want, but you receive it. Cleanse yourself. I would tell you, if you're down at the beach, look down at the sand, and if you see something there that catches your eye, like a stone or a shell or whatever it
maybe.
is,
Yeah.
pick it up, hold it to your solar plexus, to your heart chakra, okay? And put all those things that bother you, all those things that you think are so insurmountable, but they really fall away when you recognize what it is. It's the instrument of the other side to keep you basically blinded from who you really are. Put everything negative on it. Take that and give it away. Toss it back into the sea. And the Blessed Mother, Gaia, and they take it away. They take that away from you. And you'll feel actually better. You'll breathe better. You'll just feel better. Suck in God's energy. with that incoming water, and then when release it going out, okay? And look at the beauty of what God created here for you and for your enjoyment and for your family's enjoyment. Look at the beauty of it. Sometimes you'll see dolphins in the water. Sometimes you see whales. I've been seeing whales lately. You know, when I'm down in Rockaway. I could never seen whales when I lived there.
Oh, really?
Never seen whales. Now,
Oh,
all over
well,
the place.
you know, I'm at the shore. We see.
Well, I was going to go in the
dolphins
water when I see the white whale.
Oh,
But no,
okay.
no. He's still attached to Captain Ahab pulling a boat under. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, but the whole thing is with Lady Nada is awakening the light within you and changing yourself and the world, because it all starts with you. You change the world.
Well, you change your mind, you change who you are.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Exactly. That's, yeah.
You know,
Anyway.
I think it was, I don't know if it was Nada or Portia. It was
Who?
part of the Great White Brotherhood. You
Well,
remember,
this is all
Guy,
part of the-
Guy Ballard?
This is all part
had-
of the
yeah,
Great
yeah,
White Brotherhood.
Well, Guy Ballard had Channel Saint Germain, and he would go on the Rodney Ray King or something like that, or some kind of thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote the I Am Discourses. And if you're going to read a book and you want to really get up to snuff, get the I Am Discourses, get the book, the hardcover. I think it's volume 3. And also go on YouTube, pop in your earbuds, and listen to it. But don't listen to it as if you're going to get enlightened immediately. You have to first know who you are. You have to first know how to attach and how to connect to the spirits, you know, and to the energies of these beings, and they will help you. They will help you.
Absolutely. They want to. They're
They're
looking.
looking for
They're
you.
looking to help you.
Your angels that were created by God for you, okay? These are ascended humans that reached a higher plateau.
These are ascended masters,
That's
right?
right.
The ascended humans.
Humans.
You're right.
Okay.
And the reason that Jesus is considered an ascended master is because he did walk on the earth. He was as mankind for a little while here on earth, and then ascended, you know, but he was so pure that immediately he ascended, you know.
Well,
But-
here was a man that would, you know, he had no armies, but he was feared by kings, okay? He had no physical kingdom, but he was called a king,
the king.
okay? He had no enemies, but those that betrayed him, and I'm not talking about Judas, I'm talking the Sanhedrin, okay? They betrayed him. They wanted some way to get him because he was getting the following, and they were getting pushed out.
Yeah.
And they were showing the hypocrisy of the faith, okay, being taught by them. And all this ritualistic stuff. God didn't create rituals. He didn't create religions, and he did not create dogma. Man created that. Remember that. When when Jesus sent his apostles out into the world, he said, go out into the world and tell everyone of my Father's kingdom, a kingdom that was paid for by the blood of Jesus for them. They went out there and they started the Holy Roman Church. They started the Episcopalians. They started this one, that one, the other one. He didn't tell them to do that. Because you are the Christ within. In the Bible it says, Jesus tells them, didn't I tell you, all God, and far greater things that I do, you shall do. Okay, why wouldn't you believe that? Why is that not taught? Because that would take away control. Take away control.
Did you hear, where is it, Louisiana, that they want to put up the 10 Commandments in all the schools?
Good, good, good. They should put them up in every school, and there should be prayer and everything back in the school. Because the minute we got away from this, from these atheists and these liberals, okay, the minute we got away from it, all of this country went right in the toilet, okay? And if you think that's not true, keep on playing with the other side.
But there's also freedom of religion. I mean, some people are Buddhists, You
I don't
know,
care what
and
religion they practice.
yeah,
If they want to be
exactly.
Buddhist, they want to be,
But it all
they want to
comes
be
down to
Muslims,
the
they want to be
same
whatever. It
thing.
doesn't matter.
It all comes down to the same
It all
thing.
comes down to God. Those are religions
Yep.
that are all started by mankind. It wasn't started by God. All right, God doesn't start no religions. He just made people.
Right, exactly. There was no religion.
No religion.
Absolutely, it's dogma.
It's all dogma. It's all religious dogma.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
see, what Tommy and I really talk about is metaphysics.
That's right.
And as you said, the universal laws.
Well, who's the greatest metaphysician of them all? Jesus Christ.
Amen.
The greatest metaphysician. The Bible is a great metaphysical book.
It
If
actually
you
is.
know what you're reading.
I don't
I
think
watch
a
some
lot
of
of
these
people
preachers and I
realize
watch
that.
them. I sit there and I watch the guys explaining stuff. I'm saying, okay, I guess that's the way a person who is not really ascending, who is just placed apart, you know. I mean, I was just recently in church for, a friend of mine passed away. And I was, listening to everything. They're getting ready to prepare to host and do all these different things. Sit, kneel, hop, beg, jump, this, that, the other, jingle bells. You know what? Show me in the Bible where it says that. Show me. That was all made up by the apostles that went to Rome.
Yeah, but like the
There's no such thing
bells-
as a pope. And no man in a dress, okay, can absolve you of your sins. You absolve you. Because you're the Christ within.
I know, but actually, in the Catholic religion, and I was raised Catholic, but
You ain't the only one,
also
so was I.
eclectic. Okay, but
You're forced
I'm
into the
sa-
religion from
but
the
what
time
I'm-
you're born.
But what I'm saying is there are origins to all those, and a lot of the origins of the Roman Catholic religion
Pagan.
comes from the pagans. Yes. Actually, even you know how much I love Bridget, St.
Yeah.
Bridget in Ireland, in County Kildare, and a flame still burns for her because what happened was Bridget, the goddess Bridget, the people loved her so much that what the church did, because they couldn't pull the people away from Bridget
They canonize it.
because of the way that she helped them all so much, okay? So what they did is say, okay, now she's a saint. All right? So you can adore Bridget.
Because
all
they,
right?
they claim
because
it.
now she's a saint. But the
Because-
truth of the matter is
but what was the
she's a
reason?
goddess. Huh?
What's the reason for them claiming her? To pull them people
Well,
into their
that's what I
faith.
was just saying. Now, also, what you were saying about the bells, okay, in the church, there's a reason that goes back with that, too. Let me tell you something. When I end a healing session, I have these little, you saw the bells on my desk.
that's a-
I
that's
ring
a-
the little
that's a little-
bells
that's a
all
little- that's-
around, and then I bring all the evil out the door with the little
the
bells.
little
It
bells.
makes it go away, and that's why it's like when I'm in church and I hear them with the bells, I know exactly what they're doing, and I don't think anybody else
I'm
realizes
not
it.
really sure that they're doing it under that pretense.
No, I know that.
I
They
think
don't
they're doing
really
it because
know
they
why
expect
they're doing it.
they expect Mr. Softy to be outside.
No,
You
no,
know,
come
come
on,
on.
let's not make fun.
That
You
makes
know.
fun. How could you not?
Because a lot of people, they go to church.
This is
and
church
they pray.
calisthenics. Kneel, sit, beg, bend, do this, do that, touch your throat, do your head, do all this. You know
Yeah, but
what?
if people don't know any better.
They don't know any better because it has been drilled in their heads generationally.
True.
Generationally, drilled in your head. The minute you're born, you have a child. Oh, that child has to be baptized. Yes, you should get the baby baptized. I believe in that because Jesus was baptized by
Exactly.
John. All right, and I certainly
John
believe
the
that.
Baptist.
But then every other thing, every sacrament, guess what you're doing? You're paying. Every sacrament. God is free. God don't come with a price on him. The price that he paid for you was his son's sacrifice. And that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. You have all these ascended masters. You have all these archangels.
Oh,
You
my
have- They're
goodness.
there for you. And you
There's a
don't
whole
even look at
army.
it.
Army. Yeah.
You don't even look at it. Oh, the pastor said this, or the priest said that, or the imam said this,
So just think now how people, when they lose a loved one, many times the loved one will come through and give a sign or whisper in their ear, or you feel them touch your hair,
Even materialize.
or materialize.
My
Oh,
sister-in-law did that.
absolutely.
My sister-in-law did that. Materialize right in front of my eyes, right in the car.
Absolutely. My mother was very good at that, with many members in our family. The thing is that, bottom line, what was I saying? See, now you got me off my thought, Tommy.
You got off your own thought.
Okay. No, this was important.
Okay.
So if we can connect with loved ones, okay, and how many people go and see mediums? I'm a medium myself. People come and see me to connect with their loved ones. Okay, and how many people come and say, that they felt their loved one next to them or whatever, like what we were just talking
you're in
about.
bed, you feel your bed rise
if
or lay
you're,
down.
yeah. Oh,
I get
yeah,
that all the
that's
time.
That's a
I get
big
my dogs
one.
do that.
That's a big one. Oh, I'm going to
Jack comes back to me and Cassie, both of them.
Yeah.
I feel the bed depressed right
Yeah.
right underneath my back where he used to sleep.
Absolutely. But my point is that if we could feel our loved ones and we know we can communicate with our loved ones, why not communicate with the ascended masters that have all this tremendous divine energy to literally transform your life for you, and the angels, So if you can connect with your loved ones, even by a little prayer, you could do that with the angels and the ascended
Listen, they'll
masters.
drop things. They'll drop feathers. They'll send birds to you. I mean, I have doves that are around me so much because I have St. Francis in my lineage.
Lineage.
Why couldn't I say that?
In your
Okay.
lineage.
St. Anthony's in the lineage. Okay. The Templar Knight that I am. And there's just so many different things. Padre Pio I'm an aspect of him. I don't know if you've noticed. But tell when this is in full. Oh, man. It's a lot of fun when I go places. But you need to know that they are here for you. I'm not telling you, give up Jesus, give up that. No, Jesus he's the man. He's the number one metaphysician there ever was and ever will be. Saint Germain is, right this time in the Aquarian age, is the man. Okay? He's been an aspect of Jesus, and Jesus has been an aspect of him.
Because they're giving us an opportunity to balance all the karma and transmute it, especially with the violet flame. That's a gift.
Yeah.
Really, it is.
It is.
Because in this age, it's like now or never. All right? Now or never.
Well,
Now or never.
we
as far as
chose to come into this time.
balancing your karma.
We chose to come into this time. And I've had this conversation with Mary. I said,
Yeah.
I can't believe I chose to come into this time.
I know. We've
You know what I
talked
mean?
about that
I
so
said-
many times. I feel the same
I told her, I
way.
said, who the heck wants to be here with this?
Ah.
Right is wrong and wrong is right. No common sense in these children today. Zero. Nada. Zippity doo-dah. They watch that show, that boob tube religiously, or they're on the computer getting a lot of misinformation is out there on that. Okay? And they just go against their parents. This was the whole war set upon by the satanic forces to take your children's minds and hearts and souls away from God.
Can I tell you something?
Satan
though,
cannot.
That
Well, let
I
me
have to
finish
tell
it.
you. Sure, go
Satan
ahead.
cannot defeat God,
No.
but he can hurt him by hurting his children, his beloved children.
This is very true.
As parents, don't you let that happen. And you grandparents that are out there, all right, if you see that happening, that a parent is being slack, correct them. Correct them. We need to get back to morals. We need to get back to respect. We need to get back to children knowing their place in the family hierarchy. Okay? Because that's what they will teach to their children. And we will have a generation of newly emerged, morally responsible, and not debaucherous baboons out in the street. That's what has to change here. You start one. change one. Everybody. Change one. And we could turn this thing around. Okay? What you have to lose here is your salvation. Don't let it happen. Choose wisely. I say it all the time. Choose wisely. Come on with the winning team. Bring in the winning touchdown. Come now. Get away from this nonsense. Don't believe a word you hear in any media, because it's geared to deflect your attention to negativity. We're a society bred on negativity. You better start calling on these guys, Saint Germain, Lady Nada, Buddha, all of these ascended masters to help guide your path through this lifetime.
Do research about them so you
Really?
get to understand them and know them, who they are. It's going to be amazing what you find out. But one of the things that I wanted to mention in a positive way is that my friend Kathy and I were having a conversation the other day, and something we have noticed, okay, there's a lot of young people. You see them wearing the crystal or looking into they're getting a lot of metaphysical knowledge now.
They're starting to get,
and this is wonderful. This is wonderful. They're starting to get it. They're waking up, and that makes me so happy. I'm talking about the younger generation.
Well, that's
okay.
Those are star seed children. They come in far more advanced than we ever were. Okay, we had to grow our souls to this point. They come in already pre-packed. That's why the enemy wants them so bad.
Yeah, but a lot of them now, I'm telling you, Tommy, and when she called that to my attention. And I said, you know what, Kathy, you are absolutely right. You know, that it is the truth. And I started really noticing that.
I go into people's homes, and a lot of times I never expect, I went, and they have crystals, and they have bracelets, they have all the things, incense, you name it, they have all this stuff, and because they meditate. And I have the building that I'm at in Rockaway, with that ocean energy coming in every day.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's so beautiful.
I wish I lived right on the ocean.
Me
hey,
too.
listen, Kenny, do you think, because we only have a few minutes left, that you'd be able to put up the website with the metaphysical gifts, with the crystals
With
and
the crystals,
everything
you'll see 'em.
that we're talking about? And by the way, here it is. I have I was wearing, actually, a couple of the bracelets that we sell.
This one here is Native American. This is from Mary. So I wear that one. It's very comfortable to me. I love that stone. And there's my boy Michael.
Yep, we have 3 different sizes, but there's a whole array of candles, stones, jewelry. We have a ton of jewelry, ton of pendants. Larimar these days is very hard to get. And we have a bunch of Larimar necklaces,
Moonstone.
that beautiful moonstone. A lot, we have a lot of stuff, but all the angel statues, et cetera, et cetera. And we just got in some really new, some nice, beautiful new bracelets.
Oh, yeah.
With the Blessed Mother
Very nice.
on them and stuff like that. It's gorgeous. So so you can go on the website, you go on hopehypnosis.com and just go to the metaphysical store. There's a button right there on the front page. Oh, there it is. Thank you.
And if you should be out down, like say you're going to go to LBI, instead of turning to the right, they go to LBI, go to the left, go down to 9, make a quick little turn and pull into the parking lot. Because that's where you'll find Mary. And maybe one day you might find me there.
I'm sure. Well, you've been there.
I've been there, I've been.
But anyway, yeah. So we have a lot of metaphysical gifts. Actually, let me see. This is one of the beautiful angels. This
those.
one is Archangel Shamuel. Okay? And his name is right there on the charm. And there's a wonderful lady who actually
they are a
makes
conversation
them.
piece. People see you wearing
this
something.
This is Larimar.
5
minutes we have.
Okay,
Thanks,
we have 5
Kenny.
minutes. Like I said, people see you wearing something like that that's metaphysical.
Yes.
Or you walk into somebody's home and you see they have an archangel statue, or they have a Saint Joseph, or they, and you know, these are conversation starters.
Right.
You know, and you know, you get to realize that people that you would not expect, all right, to be walking the path, are walking the path.
Yeah, a lot. I'm telling you, Tommy.
Yeah.
I've been noticing it. But there's a lot of young people. Kathy and I were downtown Point Pleasant the other day, and there's a lot of shops down there.
Yeah, I know,
You know, really cute shops.
Is that on
and
the
we
other
were
side
in
of
the
the track?
metaphysical shops. Huh?
Is that on the other side of the railroad track?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, really cute, you know. But there's a really nice metaphysical shop in there too that we went in, and we noticed like a lot of young people, and the ones who come into Spiritual Journey, a lot
Yes.
of young people are buying the crystals and candles, incense, all of that now,
That's right.
and that really makes my heart feel
I'm
good.
noticing a lot of people are wearing chakra bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
They're wearing bracelets that indicate different things. Bracelets that have what do they call those black stones that absorb the patchouli?
Onyx and obsidian.
Yeah, and obsidian that they put oils on, essential oils.
Oh, the lava.
The lava rocks.
We sell them.
We sell them.
And
It draws that energy to you.
Yes.
Okay, draws that energy to you. So you know, some people. You know, I love when they tell me, because, you know, Tom, I keep on meeting the same guys. I said, have you changed anything that you do? Now you know where I'm going to come from.
I know.
I can
This is
really
his
come at them
pet
really
peeve.
really sarcastically. And I
Pet
turned around and
peeve.
said to him, I go, well, really? I said, then you still do the same things? Yeah. I said, you still go hang out in the same places? Yeah. You're never going to meet them. You're never going to meet them, because all you're going to meet is a bunch of lounge lizards that have one thing in mind. Okay? They have one thing in
Lounge
mind.
lizards.
Who's going to be the pass around pack for tonight? So you don't let them label you with that. Don't be a part of that. All right? You are God's creation in you.
Too good for
you
that.
are not that low vibration. You want to have somebody that's that low vibration, that you could be playing paddleball against the curb? Don't do that. Be who you're supposed to be. Rise above it. Find a new venue. Find a new place. And if you have to, find new friends.
Say prayers to Archangel Shamuel, the angel
Shamuel.
of love, to bring love into your life.
Archangel-
Wear rose quartz that attracts.
Archangel Ariel, tell them.
Ariel.
Ariel
Oh,
is
my
the
God.
official sponsor of this show.
Yes.
All right, we have had so much interaction with Archangel Ariel
Constant.
since we discussed her,
Yes.
and she's always shown it full.
Beautiful
this, that,
angel.
the other.
1 minute. Okay.
Okay, we got to wrap
We gotta
this up.
wrap it up.
You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, wrap it up.
Okay. I tied the knot. It's over.
So listen, every month we have a podcast. Sometimes we do it live, and we let you know ahead of time.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Watch for the TV show.
you can go on. Yes, you can talk about that, but I wanted to mention they can sign up for the newsletter at
Yes,
hopehypnosis.com,
hopehypnosis.com.
and you'll see all the podcasts, you'll see all the TV shows, etc.
Watch
and
the
read your
TV
horoscope.
show every Friday night. If you're local here on Staten Island, channel 79 Spectrum and channel 35 FiOS, and it's available on YouTube under the show title name. Be sure to go there and watch the shows. We have a lot of great guests, and we have great times there.
Oh, yeah.
If you would like to come, you can send us we have our
An
email addresses, right?
Yep.
And send us a thing over there, and we will put your name on the list to come there. We have
As a guest.
very limited seating, so you got to let us know. We tape on the third Friday of the month, of every month.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay, so we have a great
Yeah.
time at that show.
Very interesting metaphysical people.
That's right, and you will meet them all.
Yep.
All right?
Wonderful.
Let's say good night, Gracie.
Okay, good night. Many blessings.
That's right. That's right.
Many
That's
blessings.
Right.
Much
and
love.
a happy 4th of July to everyone.